when we first got the autism diagnosis, it wasn't something that was surprising because we were already, thinking that he was on the spectrum. But yet we were still surprised that it's not something that you want your child to be diagnosed with, not that you want your child to be diagnosed with anything. But that was a very difficult day for us.
We had gotten to the point when we first went into the COVID lockdown, which is about the time that we were going through all this. We had just started the first steps process about a month before that. He wasn't saying mom and dad, and he was, almost 3.
And he had
said them, and he had gone back to not doing anything, and we were really struggling with that. So in a way, although it was a difficult day, it was a relief in a way of, okay, now we have this, now we have a path forward. Because it kind of felt like we were just, throwing things at the wall to see what stuck. And once we got the diagnosis, it was like, okay, now we have some things we can do. Now we have a way forward, and we can figure out how to get him the help that he needs to be successful. I was sitting on the couch at the house one day, and he came up and said, "I love you, Daddy," and I melted. I just melted because I knew he meant it. I knew that there was feeling behind that. And for a long time, I wondered if I would ever hear those words. He would say it back, when we put him to bed or whatever. And we said it to him, but that he independently came up and said it meant the absolute world to me. Still does. James Douglas is what I like to call the ultimate hype man. He is the most encouraging human I have ever met. Whether it's going up to my students, I'm a teacher, I'm a band director, and he will, come see my kids sometimes when we're doing things, or us, or one of our friends, or one of his friends. He is so encouraging. He's like, "Yay, you did it. You can do it. Come on, let's go."
High five!
Yeah, high five all the time. And he's so thankful. And then he's like, "Hey, great job, Daddy. High five." All the time. Or, "Great job, Mommy. You did it." Just a positive ball of energy. I love that.
The first piece of advice that I think that I would give them is to always advocate for your kid. You know your child. You know your child better than anyone else knows. The second is be patient. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with your child. You're learning new waters. They're learning new waters. And you're just learning how to be an advocate. That's one of the things that I've learned most about watching our son James Douglas is how can I help him more? And then how can I help myself? Of never being afraid to advocate, hey, I need this, I need that. And our village has stepped up.
Seeing our child go from 3.5 almost, and very limited communication, very highly dependent, to now almost 6, and speaking basically at an age-appropriate level of a neurotypical child, having social skills where he will play with other kids and has that independence. We have seen the most growth in him since he started at Adapt for Life a year ago. And I'd recommend it to anybody.
It's been life-changing.
It really has been life-changing.
Not just for us, but for him.
People throw those words around, but his life is radically different now than it was before. And thanks to Adapt for Life and the ABA therapy, the one-on-one that he gets with people, the peer interaction, it's great. I would recommend it to anybody.